Hey guys, sorry about yesterday. It's just that the Wi-Fi thought the router that I'm using, it thought I was downloading or pirating an illegal movie. I am not. I don't know what gave it the idea that I thought I was doing that. I have not ever illegally downloaded anything before in my life. I was reacting. You guys all know what the title says down there. Reacting to the full story of Five Nights at Wario's by WwwWario, who I have gotten special permission from in the comments section saying I could. All you gotta do is ask this guy if you can react to this video, and he sure as hell will let you if he decides to. I think he knows that I like this video a lot. But without further ado, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Scott Carlton created a game franchise, a series of horror games. But to me and many others, it wasn't the surprising jump scares or that eerie atmosphere that made the games as popular as they are today. It's the story. They have the type of story that I find really interesting and really exciting. The type where something is going on, but there is a big mystery and a huge story lying under the carpet. Thus, I created Five Nights at Wario's. If you have played the games, the story will be easier to follow. But to everyone, I advise to pay attention, as it can get confusing if you don't. This is the full story of Five Nights at Wario's.
Chapter 1, The Ancient Evil.
Rosalina, Queen of the Cosmos, always watching over the universe where the Mushroom Kingdom is located. But this is not the only universe in existence. Universes exist in an infinite amount, all coexisting in perfect balance. Thus, the Mushroom Kingdom exists in many variations, similar yet different, in parallel universes. In one of these many universes, however, something was about to go very wrong. In this reality, Wario and Waluigi.
Oh yeah, I think I gotta mention that. I think I know why the disconnected is because it thinks that there's copyrighted materials on here that I just got done talking with the manager saying that, oh, it thinks there's copyrighted material. No. If it was copyrighted material, I would not have asked to react to this. I would not have asked WwwWario to react to this. See, I'm actually trying to be careful, guys, and I'm gonna give him full credit for the video. And to Godzilla Master and Batra, I made you guys moderators as well. Okay? I really am sorry about yesterday, guys.
She had recently opened up their own cafe, known simply as Wario's. They had a small budget, so the cafe was pretty small, but everything was going the right way. Wario sat night guard during the first week, but luckily no intruders came along. It did not take long before the amount of customers grew rapidly due to a special hamburger recipe Wario and Waluigi used, and the two of them grew fairly rich.
Wow.
A couple of years passed, and they eventually decided to close off Wario's cafe, and instead use all of the money to build Wario's dream, a massive fast food factory. They built it in a very old area where the remains of some really old buildings still could be seen. The factory was built on top of these ruins, as no one was using the spot anyway. However, they quickly figured out that it was too much work for both of them, running a big factory all by themselves, so they hired Mario and Luigi, and even the princess came by now and then to check on how things were going, before she eventually started to work there herself from time to time. Still, Wario realized that they slowly went corrupt.
Wow.
The factory didn't get him nearly as much income as he had thought. Then one evening, as he was about to close off the factory for the day, he saw something old sticking out of the dirt just outside the front door. It was a book, an ancient book from the 14th century.
No, don't do it, Wario.
A demonic ritual book. Turns out the factory had been built on top of the remains of the cabins of an ancient witch coven. Wario, willing to do anything for money at that point in order
Wario, don't do it.
his factory, decided to read the book and also go through with one of the rituals.
God damn it, Wario.
In the end, the factory got cursed.
You greedy bastard.
He sold his and his co-workers' souls to demonic forces in change for riches. The effect was their souls were doomed to become cursed with grief, anger, and confusion. Only after death eventually comes. Wario, not telling anyone else about his actions, instead told the others that they had gotten a great income on their fast food production lately.
Bullshit.
The others were filled
Hey,
with joy
Batra.
until one day, someone
Batra, you happy I made you a moderator?
hoped to steal the secret hamburger recipe. His name was Brun Gate. Hiding in the basement, he panicked as he heard footsteps in the stairs. He used his chance and killed off the 5 workers, one by one, slicing their throats, stabbing their chests. Luigi got hung by his neck. Mario got his head chopped off. Wario fell last. His black dress got blood splatters on it, and his black hat on top fell off as Wario hit the ground. The thief managed to get away in panic without finding any recipe. It was here that the
I thought
souls
the
of the
fucking
5
video was
workers
gonna pause
fell victim
and
to demonic curse.
tell me that.
Instead of going to a heavenly paradise for rest, the souls returned to their bodies, possessing them, bringing them back to life. The demon-like people were now filled with hatred and grief, and could not think of anything else than revenge on everyone for what happened to them. And the only way to lift this curse was to defeat grief itself. The Rosalina of this reality saw this and understood the danger in what had happened and what could happen. She knew that due to the curse, that they would not stop killing people, maybe not even if they managed to kill the murderer. She only saw one solution. She created a portal that bended space-time. The portal sucked out the cursed souls of the 5 bodies, and by sending them through the portal, she sent the souls back in time.
So we're having a
Hope
back
this would
to the
undo
future
what had
shit.
been done. She tried to send their souls back in time to a time before the curse was active, before Wario went through with the ritual. What Rosalina did not know, however, was that it created a paradox. She did not know that the demonic curse transcended time and space.
She
The
fucked
souls
up.
had been sent back in time with the curse still attached to them.
God damn it.
This meant that the past had now been changed. History had just been made.
Not really. It's gonna happen all over again. A new timeline. This is where I got cut off, guys. This is exactly where I got cut
The
off.
cursed souls were sent back to early 1988. Back to Wario and Waluigi's first cafe. It was the very first opening week of Wario's. It was back to the first day with Wario as a night god. The cursed souls of Wario and the rest from the future now coexisted together with the normal souls from the past. So at the moment, the cursed souls roamed around as free spirits, as they didn't have any physical body to possess. This is the era of Five Nights at Wario's origins. Wario got a phone call from a co-worker the same night. He said he had seen a demonic-like version of Wario himself on the camera monitor earlier the same day.
I had lunch break, relaxing and goofing around with the camera system, and I saw you.
Master Max 888.
You with wide glowing eyes and a deformed
As
face.
the Origins phone
This
guy.
was indeed the cursed soul of Wario from the now alternate future. As the night progressed, Wario was able to see more people around the building, including Waluigi, Peach, and even himself, just as he had been told by his co-worker. Wario was scared and confused on what was going on. The week after, they decided to close off the cafe due to the paranormal events. Wario wanted to fulfill the ultimate goal of building a fast food factory, but they simply didn't have the budget to do so. Instead, Wario and Waluigi began in the video game industry and founded WarioWare Incorporated.
This is
December
Five Nights at
1990.
Wario's 2.
They hired Toad to work for them, as they needed an assistant.
So it's kind of like
Things
Five
were
Nights
going
at
good,
Freddy's
and they earned a
all
massive
over
amount of
again.
money, and Toad fit in perfectly. Toad eventually started writing a diary, where his last entry was on March 23rd, 1991.
You know what? I'm gonna pause it right here, give you guys a bit of time to read this, and basically then I'm gonna continue playing because I don't know if this shit's gonna happen all over again or something. I don't know. I'm not taking a chance.
Bowser had been lurking around the business for days, and Toad was scared, so he hid inside a cabinet in the tool storage of the building very often. The following day, Bowser burned down the building, turning it into ashes. However, as the fire spread
Damn it,
and the
Bowser!
building started to
Bowser!
collapse, he too died in the fire himself. Bowser's body was found and later buried under the ruins of WarioWare Incorporated. What the police did not find, however, was Toad's body. He too had died in the fire. Wario and Waluigi finally built the fast food factory. The factory was advanced, so they really didn't need any more employees this time around. The factory was mass-producing the special hamburgers, and the name Wario's was starting to go viral. To celebrate,
Oh boy.
Wario got himself a Wario Man costume, which he used in different settings for mascot purposes. Then, one day, the thief, Brun Gate, who also did the same thing in the first timeline, entered the factory early in the morning, waiting in the cellar. He was after the secret recipe. He found the Wario Man costume before saying to himself, "I can use this." Wario was alone in the factory for a while this day, sitting in the office, when he saw his Wario Man costume moving through the cameras. The thief, disguised in the Wario Man costume, was trying to sneak up on Wario to threaten him to get the recipe. When Waluigi appeared later the same day, the thief took his chance and stabbed both of them to death in panic. Wario, as he was dying, fell down the staircase and knocked out 2 of his teeth in the process.
Oh
The
my.
thief remained in the factory, looking for the secret recipe, still in shock over what he had just done. It was later the same day that Mario, Luigi, and eventually Princess Peach entered the factory, since Wario and Waluigi didn't come home afterwards.
We're only 12 minutes into this? Holy hell!
In panic, Brun Gate hung Luigi by the neck, stabbed Princess Peach, and Mario's head was chopped off. Their souls left their bodies and went to a better place, a heavenly place. Bruno, not sure exactly what he felt, kept looking for the recipe.
Finally, the secret recipe is mine!
However, the cursed souls of the five had followed them throughout the years.
Hold up, guys. I accidentally ended the screen sharing. I did not mean that. Chrome full story. There we are.
After being sent back in time from their original timeline, and after haunting the first Wario's cafe, they now entered their respectful dead bodies and brought them back to life. Cursed with grief and confusion, the souls used their bodies to get revenge on the murderer. They took Bruno's life.
Oh boy.
But the curse was still not broken. They would still keep looking for him, the one, the murderer, even though he already was dead. And they would kill anyone in their path. They remained in the factory, waiting for someone to open the doors and come inside. And they would wait for years. The normal souls of Mario, Wario, Luigi, Waluigi, and Princess Peach had reached a paradise of peace. The soul of Bruno, the murderer, however, could not rest in peace. He had a guilt he could not rest with, but he couldn't understand it yet. Because of this, he too remained in the factory, together with the cursed spirits of the original five. Only he remained in spirit form, before eventually possessing his dead body inside the Wario Man costume. The factory was quickly shut down and closed off. People passing by would sometimes see faces in the windows, and others would get an unpleasant feeling running down their spine. Some claimed the factory was haunted or even cursed.
Yeah, I would agree. Five Nights at Wario's. Oh boy, here we go.
7 years passed before a company decided to reopen Wario's fast food factory.
Oh, I think I might know why I was not able to re-access the... Yeah, guys, I think I might have accidentally, altered the password yesterday when I was trying to figure out how to get back on the internet. I think I might have that's when I accidentally altered the passwords.
It was now old and unstable, so they needed a security guard during the first night. And this job went to the new employee, Richard McCroy.
Oh boy. And this is where it all goes together.
At Wario's 1. As he sat there during the first week, he got phone calls from another employee explaining how the factory had a dark backstory.
And it's true.
The stories are on the things that happened 7 years ago.
I'm trying to figure out who plays the phone guy for this one. I don't ever remember this phone guy's name.
Well, they are in fact true. Well, nobody knows really what happened. But what we know is that On a Monday about 7 years ago, Wario and Waluigi went to work, and as you probably have heard somewhere, they went missing. They never came back from work, and they never came out of the factory. And after Peach disappeared, someone came up with a rumor of the factory being cursed or something, and they decided to close it off.
It was during these nights that the possessed bodies of Wario and the rest started to attack, for the first time in 7 years. Richard McRoy managed to survive the supernatural encounters, which left him a bit traumatized. By the end of the week,
if you guys can't see it, it's because I've dynamic. I hope I fixed it.
The employee who had been calling Richard during the nights decided to come over and check on things, only to be murdered by Wario as he entered the factory. Richard McRoy quits his job the day after.
Good.
And the factory closes for good, never to be opened again. The same company was planning to open another of Wario's old businesses.
No.
In the meantime, Richard McRoy experienced more and more weird things, and he kept on having more and more nightmares. He had nightmares of him watching a TV screen he could not move away from, and the demonic apparitions from the fast food factory would appear in the different TV channels, trying to leap out into his face before he would wake up and sweat. This is the era of Five Nights at Wario's 4.
Okay, I'm pretty sure nobody ever played this game. WwwWario, was this game ever finished or made? Let me know in the comments below, sir.
This was the cause of the cursed spirits of Luigi, who had left his own body to slowly try and possess Richard McRoy over the coming months, leading up to the reopening of another of Wario's old businesses. 3 years after the closure of Wario's fast food factory, WarioWare Incorporated was rebuilt and reopened. Wario understood that this had been planned. He knew they would reopen WarioWare Incorporated, so after the reopening, he brought the rest of the gang over there, and they would continue the kills of grief they had already started. A few months before the opening, however, he had gone over to the ruins of the previously burnt down building, and he used a form of witchcraft he managed to use due to his cursed soul, and he brought to life to the dead bodies of Bowser and Toad.
Oh no!
Their soulless, dead, zombie-like bodies would be used to further Wario and the gang's own good. He also sought out more victims to add to his demonic army. He searched out Yoshi and Ashley, as they were 2 weak victims, and cursed their souls too, adding them to his murdering army. At the same time, the now almost possessed Richard McRoy got the job there, since he had already worked in the industry before, back in the fast food factory. It was all going to Wario's plan. He and the rest of the crew would not stop killing until they had killed everyone who resembled the murderer just a tiny bit. That was their curse. The newly opened WarioWare Incorporated also needed a night guard. This job was handed to the young Thomas Taylor, and Richard.
Fuck that! If I was knowing that my body was gonna be if my body was gonna be taken over by demonic spirits, I would have said, fuck that. I don't care how much money I would be getting paid for. Fuck this job.
Each night.
I see you're enjoying our little game. How has your day been?
Razbowski! What the hell?
Only the most difficult part remains.
He's both in this and Five Nights at Wario 2 and 3?
Someone's been waiting for you, so you better give them a warm welcome.
This was the era of Five Nights at Wario's 2. As the possessed bodies of
Wait a minute, Phone Guy was Darko's games. God damn it, that actually got me. I thought it was actually Razbowski.
Wario and the crew tried to kill Thomas Taylor with each night. Thomas Taylor became more and more scared and trusted Richard McCroy less with each night. By the end of the week, Luigi had fully possessed Richard McCroy, and Richard had to escape since the police now was after him. A news report was published saying a worker at WarioWare Incorporated was on the run. Thomas Taylor came out of the building unharmed and stood witness to all of this. It was here that the soul of Luigi left Richard McCroy's body and went back to his own body back in a fast food factory before he caught up with Wario and the rest. Peach's soul, however, left her body instead and took over Luigi's place in possessing Richard McCroy's body. The crew escaped WarioWare Incorporated, now hiding in the shadows. WarioWare Incorporated was closed off, and the possessed Richard McCroy was on the run. While hiding and planning their next move, the cursed body of Bowser accidentally spit out fire, burning Wario's face, leaving only his bones. Wario then lifted the curse so it wouldn't happen again, and Bowser's dead body returned to its dead state. They quickly figured out that a new employee had started to work for a security company nearby. They abused this, and Richard McCroy called him on the phone, saying they had a job for him. He said the job was to come over to a house and watch over it while the family was on vacation. This employee, named Edward Coleman, gladly agreed to this mission and went over there. The house was Richard McCroy's old family house.
What? Oh boy.
This is the era of Five Nights at Wario's 3. As the new
Razbowski is the voice of
he
the
quickly
phone
got
guy.
a phone call from Max Peterson from the company.
A music box!
Max warned Edward Coleman about all of this, and he said the house he was in probably was haunted.
Hello? Oh, thank God.
Yes, Razbowski.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Max. I'm one of the employees at your new job, but that's not important right now. What is important is for you to get out of there. I know someone hired you to watch over the house tonight because the family who is living there is on vacation, blah, blah, blah. Well,
They're lying.
told you that this house needed some sort of protection, but I'm pretty sure it was a prankster. You need to get out of there. The house you're in is apparently extremely haunted, and according to some files I have here, nobody has been living there for years.
Hey, good evening there. It's Max here again. Hey, listen up, because I've found some crazy information today. The ones who used to live in the house you're in right now were the McCroy family. Though that was a very long time ago, there was one child and Mr. and Mrs. McCroy. Although it's not really a familiar name to me. McCroy... Nah, it just doesn't ring any bells with me.
Wario and the rest of the crew went over there and tried to kill Edward Coleman for several nights.
Damn.
He managed to survive for days by hiding in different rooms. It was a
Yeah, that's the point of the game. If you stay in the same room more than once, you're gonna be fucked.
this point that the soul of the original killer from the fast food factory, Brun Gate, fully knew what he had done. He felt that he had to apologize to the others in order for him to bring peace to himself. He managed to find out which street Wario and the rest were in, but he couldn't exactly locate which house they were in. He kept looking, but he never found them. At the end of the week, Richard McCroy came over to the house himself and killed Edward Coleman.
The bad ending, which means if you don't have all the pieces to the music box to get the Brun Gates over to the house you're at, you die, and Richard McRoy claims your body.
The new employee down in the cellar. On his way there, he also killed Max Peterson. Peach now left Richard McRoy's body and returned to her own. Wario, Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, and Peach now continued on their way. It was at this point Rosalina saw that this had to be stopped. She found them, and similar to the very first timeline, she created a portal in space-time, sucked out the cursed soul of the five, and sent them back in time to Wario and Waluigi's first cafe. Thus, the story repeats itself.
It's a cycle
has been created. The whole story of Five Nights at Wario's is a cycle. It was one timeline, but due to the ancient witch curse and Rosalina sending them back in time, history got changed. And in this new timeline, Rosalina doesn't remember what happened in the first timeline since time has now started over. Therefore, it ends up Rosalina stepping in and sending them back in time again, hoping it will work. This restarts the cycle.
It is time to end you. You're playing the looping game with no end. We will do the same thing to you as we did to him.
And this continues forever. Unless the cycle can be broken. Which brings us to the final chapter.
Thank you. And we're almost done with this reaction, guys. Thank God. And I have not been disconnected yet.
There's only one way to break the endless loop. And that is to lift the curse. Otherwise, Rosalina will keep sending them back in time. The only one who is able to lift the curse is Edward Coleman, the new employee in the security company. Inside Richard McRoy's house, there were pieces of a music box
Knew it!
that Richard owned when he was a kid. Edward Coleman managed to assemble all parts, and when he was down in the cellar, he played the music box. The original killer, Brun Gate, who wandered in the Wario Man costume in the streets outside, heard this music box. He immediately went inside the house and down in the cellar. And it was there that the Wario and the crew met the killer again after so long. Brun Gate, now knowing what he had really done,
Wait, let's look that back again.
Brun Gate, now knowing what he had...
Wario! Look at this. Mario and Wario's overalls are red right here where my mouse is. Mario's is pink.
really done. Apologized
Wow.
to the crew, asking for forgiveness. Forgiveness was the only thing to defeat grief. It was the key to defeat the curse.
Oh, now it's fixed. It's you. You're the one. Finally, I found you. I found you all. I know what I did. I know I paid for it. But I couldn't rest, and neither could you. Just like you have tried to find me, I've been trying to find you. I've tried to find you ever since that day. To tell you that I'm sorry, my mind was out of control that day, and since that day, I've been searching for all of you, trying to apologize. I'm glad Bruno Gates decided to apologize to them. I used this costume to perform actions I couldn't handle afterwards. Will you ever be able to forgive me? And now their spirits are at peace.
He did it! He apologized! He apologized for what they did to us! I can feel it! Their forgiveness has brought peace to both him and them. I feel relieved.
What the hell?
This is your last warning. Put your hands above your head now.
What the hell?
I am free.
What the hell? That's fucked up.
And just like that, the ancient curse was lifted.
The end.
The souls of Wario, Luigi, Mario, Waluigi, and Peach went to a heavenly place. Richard McRoy now returned to normal as Peach left his body. However, the police quickly found him and shot him to death immediately. The curse on Ashley, Yoshi, and the dead body of Toad was also lifted. There was no longer any reason for Rosalina to make a jump in time. The cycle had now been broken. The souls of Wario and the rest were now at peace. The soul of Brun Gate was now at peace. And no one ever found the ancient evil that was hidden beneath the closed-off Wario's fast food factory.
Good.
And that is the full story of Five Nights at Wario's. What I want to do is to say thank you to all of you who has watched these videos, watched my previous videos, played my games, and supported my games.
Yeah, you can thank Markiplier. Mark only played the first one. I don't think he played anymore. But thanks to Markiplier and Corey Kenshin. Corey Kenshin was the one that played the most of your games, which was Five Nights at Wario's 1 and 3. He couldn't do 2. It was just too much for him.
If you enjoy this, I really hope you will share it around. Share it with others who might be interested, because this is a video I put a lot of work into.
He says, this is a video I put a lot of work into.
Not only just the video editing itself and the recording, but building up the story. So if you could share it around, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you like it, dropping a like rating on this video would also mean a whole lot. If you want to see more videos from me, make sure to subscribe.
Okay, now that we've got this reaction out of the way, even though it took me almost a full 24 hours to figure out how to get my internet back up and running. Well, thank Christ we finally got this out of the way. Thank goodness. And I hope YouTube does not copyright me for the music. I swear to God. They better not. Because I got permission from WwwWario himself to react to this. And guys, just to prove that I did get the permission. Hold up. Let me reopen this. No, thank you. Okay, I am going to show you guys. Okay, you see right here, I asked the question. Can I do a reaction? And I will give him full credit by adding a link to the video. And then he says, sure. And I say, thank you, WwwWario. So which means I am not copyright infringing here, okay, YouTube? I was just doing a reaction like any normal reactor would. So anyway, if you guys like this video, give it a like. It would really be appreciated. Check out this video. There's a link in the description down below if you want to see the entire video all to yourself without me jibber jabbering all over it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to me and to WwwWario. Guy made 4 amazing games, even though I don't think nobody's ever played the 4th installment. I don't know. I have never seen Corey Kenshin play it. I don't think Mark even knows that there are other sequels out there of this game. So yeah, like I said, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and if you guys really do enjoy my channel, give it lots of love. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.